Do you enjoy it till now or not? I feel
Of
you're a
course,
little bit
of
busy
course,
today.
Miss Firdaus,
I
always.
know. Firdaus without Miss Noah. Okay, let's share today's topic. Okay, what do we mean by classroom management? Tell me, please. I want to know. What do we mean by classroom management? Today's topic. Who can tell me? What do we mean by classroom management?
I guess it's techniques and strategies we use to help manage our class during our lessons to make it easier to deliver or for the learning process to happen.
That's great. So they are the steps or the techniques we use with our learners to control our class. Okay, what else? Share me your ideas, please, my dear friends. There is a reward if you share.
I think that it's very important from the beginning of the year to make students share their ideas and put limits for the upcoming classes. To say
Excellent.
what is the punishment for naughty ones, what are their ideas for making their for doing their homeworks. And things like that. And
Yes,
to write
yes,
all these ideas, to put them on the wall, and reminding them all the time that these are their ideas, not
that's a
mine.
great. Yes, involving. So by classroom management, we mean involving our learners together. We do something and they share their ideas. And after finishing everything together, of course, and we stress here on together, we let them stick it or put these structure or instructions on the wall to follow all the year round. That's great. Also, Noha has talked about the techniques and the strategies we will use together to control our class. What else? That's great. This is
Yes,
all right. Yes.
I guess everything I do or everything concerning the learning process inside class, even before I enter this class, what I prepare
Yeah.
at home for this session or this class or what else, and inside the class during the lesson. Then after finishing the lesson,
That's
like a housewife. When she is the best manager of her home, I think like it's like this, something like
yeah.
this.
That's a great. I love this metaphor, by the way. It's like a housewife who's thinking of the vision, how to manage her home, how to manage her class, how to set the rules before starting, during, and after the year or after finishing, and how to evaluate her work. That's great. So all your points and ideas are really correct. So when we talk about classroom management, we mean the steps, the strategies, the techniques, how to control our classes, how to work together with our learners, how to set the rules and to give them rewards. Okay, what about punishing? Is it suitable to punish our learners, or can we replace the word punishing with another word? What do you think, or what's your point of view toward the word punishment? Is it important to put it in our classroom management as a technique or a strategy, or can we replace it with another thing?
We may replace it with another word, but I
Like
don't
what?
know what
Like
is
what?
this word.
Yeah, okay. I
Um,
agree. I agree with you that we can punish our learners, and this is very simple and easy to punish them. But don't you think that when we punish our learners, we punish ourselves? Because we feel sad, our mood is changed, and we don't like the lesson or the learning process or teaching. So is it important to use the word or the concept punishment, or replace it with something else according to you as a mentor, not a supervisor or not as a teacher? We agreed from the very beginning that we will be great mentors to our learners. So what is the alternative technique to replace punishment with? Which thing will work them better instead of using the word punishment or punish them.
Modify. Yes.
Yes, we can replace it by motivation, by using positive words, by using or giving
Praising.
praise. Yes,
Praising.
praising. Excellent. That's right, Mr. Mohammed. By praising them, we can.
By encouraging,
Yes,
by,
we can
by
ignore.
encouraging
Yes,
them
by
to
encouraging
do
them.
So
Yes.
something.
we can here not only say it's a technique or a strategy, it's also a skills.
Yeah, that's
Just
great. It's a
skills.
skill. It's a skill we have to control, or we have to deal
To
with,
hear
to be,
them than to
yes,
speak.
to hear them, to let them speak more, maybe to guide them to the better thing or the best thing to follow instead of doing something wrong. Either we can replace the negative words by "you are wrong," "this is not, this is bad," "this is not good," by something else. You can think more, you can think again, you can try again, you can do it. So instead of use the word punishing or punishment, especially in the classroom management, to save both your efforts and time, you have to replace it with praise, maybe praise, giving them more confidence in themselves, maybe using positive words, maybe using words, maybe using, Ms. Hana has mentioned in the previous session, the reinforcement wall chart, or giving them rewards, putting their photos, or give, and Ms. Noha also mentioned to give them points or badges or something like this to encourage them to be more positive and more creative. So let's see together what are the rules of classroom management, okay? Here are rule number 1, and this is very important, as Amani has mentioned. Before setting the rules, before thinking about managing our classes, before preparing anything, we must think of this point: respect yourself, your peers, your teacher. So here it's very important from the very beginning to focus on the word respect. Respect for all the people around them. First, respect yourself. You must be polite. And May has tackled in the previous session a presentation about how to be more polite in English, and this is very important. Respect your peers, respect your teachers and your surroundings. So when we teach our learners, or when we try to manage our class, we teach our learners a lot of ethics, a lot of morals to follow in their life. So it's important to know how to respect their surroundings as well. The rule is meant to cover all interactions in the classroom. If your learners can respect the others and become skilled at this point, they will, of course, be more motivated, more engaged, and more active as well. So students who respect themselves, value their education and learning time, and get their assignments completed to the best of their abilities. Students who respect their peers, understand their classmates, need a safe learning environment, free of distractions, and impolite communications, of course. So what is the first rule to follow when you want to set or manage your classroom? The first rule is respect, of course. Respect home, respect, first of all, respect yourself, and after that, your peers and your teacher, and in general, to respect the surroundings around them. Okay, what about rule number 2? Raise your hand silently to speak. And this is very important. We call it the ground rules, or the classroom rules, or the norms of the classroom. So number 2, when we learn when we try to manage our classes, we have to tell them that if you want to share your ideas or to participate, you have to raise your hand silently, not noisily, to speak. Yes, so having strong student participation is important for learning, but entering chaos territory is so easy when middle school students are allowed to interject whenever and for whatever. So if we allow our learners to be haphazardly treating or working with their friends, of course, there will be interjections, there will be a lot of noise, they will not respect each other's, of course, and will find that they do not respect the teacher, and the lesson becomes something like a mess. And when a supervisor or a visitor comes to your class, he will, what this? So it's very important to focus on the idea of or put the norms of raising hands before sharing or talking or participating. For everyone's thoughts, ideas, and questions to be heard, there needs to be an order to the sharing process. So it's very important to have an order inside the classroom to tell them rule number 2, which is what's rule number 2?
Raise your hand.
Raise your
Yes,
raise your hand, and of course silently to have an order inside the classroom. What about rule number 3? Follow all directions quickly the first time are given. But when we say here follow all directions quickly the first time they are given, maybe this can be more successful with higher level students or with adults. But what about young learners or kids? Can they follow the directions from the first time, or they must have somewhat or a kind of what at the very beginning to be able to follow the rules directly and quickly?
ICQs.
Yes,
Modeling.
ICQs. Modeling.
And practicing.
That's
I saw the
practicing.
video. Yes, you used to
Yes.
practice the rules with them so they can understand and make sure that they understand what they mean.
Excellent. So practice, practice, practice. Every day you enter the classroom, you have to tell them that you have to
Classroom
respect
routine.
yourself. Yes, that's classroom routine. That's right. To stay silent, to raise your hand, and please respect yourself and others before sharing. So if you enter the classroom every day and you tell them the same directions and instructions every day, by the time, maybe by the 3rd or the 4th week, by the end of the first month of school, they will follow all the directions quickly at the first time they are given. So it sounds basic, and it is, but so much educational time is saved with the rule. Of course, it will save your time and effort, especially maybe in a science classroom, an English classroom, of course, where there is limited time to complete time-consuming experiments. And even with English teachers, with all subjects and all teachers, it will save time and effort, because of course they will keep silent and they will be to the point of teaching. So how many rules till now? Can you tell me how many rules of classroom management from the very beginning? Yes, 3 rules. What's rule number 1? And this
Number
is
one,
very
respect
important.
others.
Respect yourself, your
Your
peers,
peers, your teachers,
your teacher, and surroundings. Excellent. So from lower to higher levels, yourself, your peers, your teacher, and surroundings. Rule number 2, to raise
your hand silently.
if they want to participate. And rule number 3, of course, follow all
Follow all
directions
directions
quickly. And this will come, of course, as you have mentioned, by practice, by modeling from the teacher, of course, by be a mentor to your teachers, a real model for them to do everything and every step, and of course by giving them from the very beginning clear instructions. Okay, so what is the consequence of number 1? Warning. So when we put the rules, we have to tell them, if you do this, you will be rewarded. And of course, if you do this perfectly, you will be more and more rewarded and motivated. And maybe from time to time, we have to tell them there is one warning. This was in the place so I could let students know their behavior was unacceptable. So here we do not punish our learners if they do something wrong, but we say this is not acceptable. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like this. Maybe you can do it in a right way. So don't do this again. This is wrong. And instead of punishing, we can tell them this is not right, or this is not good. It can be better by doing so and so and so. So just instead of punishment, and this is the word I was looking for, warning them. If you don't follow the rule, I will be sad. And we all, I think, do this technique. We draw a sad face on the board and we stand silent for some time or for a while if they do something wrong, and maybe a sad face, or maybe keeping silent, or maybe I will not talk to you all this lesson today. I'm so sad. So instead of punishment, we can use the word warning. This behavior was unacceptable in the classroom and needed to be changed. And this is very important. Not to punish them, but to tell them this is unacceptable and you have to change it. So we have to use positive words, as we have mentioned. I give the warning in different ways to communicate with the offending student, as you have mentioned, with a sad face, as we have mentioned, by keeping silent, or by saying, I'm so sad, please go back to your desk now. So depending on what worked, the student's personality, sometimes I would approach the students discreetly and quietly, tell them they had a warning. So can we tell our students or our learners to do something wrong in front of all the classroom, or go nearer and nearer to them and tell them, I warn you, or you did something bad? What do you think? Which technique is better or will go better with them?
I think that a teacher has to ask them, what about the pupil who does so and so? And let
That's
them
yes, that's a great to
press.
encourage the learners themselves to change the bad behavior into a better one or into a good one, and to generalize the speaking, to let the person or the learner who does something bad understand that this is not acceptable inside the classroom, and this is a warning from you in indirect way. That's great. I totally agree with you. What about consequence of rule 2? Remember rule 2? Rule 2 was to do what? Raise your hand if you want to share. So we can measure. How can we measure it? We can complete a behavior think sheet and move seats to be sure that students respect their peers and respect the others. We can change the places from time to time, because when they sit together and they become friends, they will be like a gang. They will annoy their friends if they sit together all the time. So to avoid this point, we can do something like a complete behavior think sheet. We can have a behavior think sheet and move seats from time to time. We can change the places according to the colors, according to the birth dates, according to their hobbies, according to their favorite subject, according to their pets, and so on. If students continue to disregard the class rules, by disregard, we mean if they do not follow the rules, they would get this consequence that served three purposes. First, it removed the student from the situation. When you move a noisy student from his place or from his group to sit in another group, he will keep silent because he will feel like a stranger, or he will recognize that he does something wrong. Okay, so it will make it easier, of course, to revert to proper behavior. When you replace or change his place, he will understand that there is something wrong. Second, it allows them to reflect on their behavior and analyze its effect on themselves and others. When you choose or when you change the place of the noisy one or the troublesome boy or the troublesome learner from his group to another group, you can find that all eyes of the other learners are popping, and they keep silent for a while, understanding that there is something wrong, and they will be treated in the same way if they repeat the same action. And third, the BTS, the behavior think sheet. We mean by the behavior think sheet changing the places or changing the setting from a while to another, to let the students understand there is something wrong and recognize it indirectly. Okay, so third, the BTS, the behavior think sheet, provided me with documentation of misbehavior that I could save. This is what we call it in our classes, the degree or the marks sheet, to put the marks. But here, or the behavior sheet, I'll put 0 in behavior, and we want to replace this word 0 here by action to do it more applicable. And instead of putting 0, to change the places, to change the setting, to give a warning in indirect way to the learners, as we have mentioned, to change the places here. Okay, so I could save and keep on file. I realized completing a PTS takes time out of learning, and so did the students. So can we give a warning, or can we use a technique with our learners that tells them that there is something bad here in a new way or a new technique? Can we use it? Is there a technique? Yes. What is it? We have just mentioned.
The think sheet.
Yes, the behavior think sheet, but not just writing the marks or giving 0, but to change the place or to change the setting of the groups or regrouping the students, not to make something bad or a bad behavior. Okay, so here consequence of number 3. Do you remember rule number 3? What was rule number 3?
Yes. Follow the direction quickly.
Directions.
Follow the directions quickly and from the first time. But what about if there are some children who are not working or accepting anything from the teacher? They keep doing troubles, they keep annoying others, you try a lot of techniques and strategies with them, but they insist on bothering and annoying and wasting the classroom time. How can you work with them, or what behavior will take, or what is the consequence of this rule? Here comes the rule of the parent or guardian contact. By guardian, we mean the social worker, okay? If the first 2 consequences were not effective, if you changed the places, you give positive words, you try to change the behavior in a general way, you do not focus on the troublesome child or learners, and he insists on keeping noise and annoying the others, and he disrespects others, and he is not accepting any idea or any advice or anything from you. How can you behave? Here you have to ask for the parent's help or guardian contact. But the first 2 consequences were not effective. Consequence 3 often curbed the desire to misbehave. This is not a kind of punishment, but asking for help from the parent or the guardian or the social worker. So I would have the student call home with me right after class. I can call her parents or ask for them to attend in the classroom and asking them about the background of the child or the learner. He may have a problem and we don't know, so we ask for the parent to come to the class to the school and know the background and how to help this student or learner to change his behavior and become, of course, better. So I would make the contact immediately after school, rarely and only after exceptionally poor misbehavior. So will we ask for the parent or the social worker help from the first misbehavior, or after trying a lot of techniques and strategies with the learner?
After many trials, of course.
Yes, of course. After many trials and using many different strategies and techniques, and maybe by the help of the learners themselves, maybe by giving advice in general or in an indirect way, we can ask for the help of the parents, of course. So would the family be contacted during class or after class? Would you call the parents inside the classroom or the lesson, or after the classroom?
After.
Of course, after, not to embarrass the learner, because he may suffer from a problem or he has a disability and we don't know. So we have to call or contact the parents after the lesson, okay? So before coming to the classroom routines and procedures for elementary checklist, I'm going to share you a video about how to start the classroom management and how to manage our classes, okay? Are you ready for watching a video?
Yes.
Okay. And tell me, please, when you can listen to the video, okay?
With your classroom management, some keys.
Here.
Okay. Yes. Bismillah. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Can you hear it?
Yes. Classroom
Okay.
language. Vocabulary used in the classroom by teacher and students. Examples of classroom language. Starting the lesson. Good morning. Sit down, please. How are you today? Ending the lesson. There will be no homework for today. The lesson is over for today. Have a good day. Working alone and together. I want you to work on your own. I want you to work in groups of 5. Get into pairs. Working with books. Turn to page 19, please. Turn over, please. Look at the picture. Board work. Put your picture on the board, please. Write on the board. Everyone look at the board, please. CD and video. Can you all hear? Watch the video. Listen and repeat all together. Pronunciation and repetition. Listen carefully. Say it louder, please. Everyone repeat after me. Checking understanding. What is the right answer? Do you understand? What do you think? Games and songs. Now we'll play game. Now it's your turn. Get into 2 teams. Classroom control. Quiet, please. Are you ready? Go back to your seat. Teacher comments. Excellent. Well done. Good job.
Everyone, be quiet. Teacher is coming.
Stand up, please. Good morning, students. How are you doing? I'm good, thank you. And you? I'm very well, thank you. Sit down, please. Thank you, teacher. Today, we will learn about my idol. First question, who is your idol? My idol is Davika Muni. My idol is Megan Trainor. My idol is Neymar. My idol is Sergio Ramos. My idol is Isa. To back say it louder, please. My idol is Isa. Good job, student. First of all, I want you to see the video. Okay. Excuse me, teacher. I cannot see the video. Turn off the light, please. Of course. Can you all see the video? Yes. Quiet, please. Listen carefully. What does it look like? Excuse me. May I go to toilet, please? Yes, you may. What does it look like? 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 Okay.
Mustache. This is Nash, he has a mustache. Don't forget to take out the trash. This is Richard, he has a beard. He's always spider and he fear. This is Jill, he has freckles. He likes to draw circles. This is Bones, he is bald. Put on your coat, it's very cold. Walt has straight hair. Walt has curly hair. Walt has dark hair. Walt has blonde hair. Walt has straight hair.
tall. And what does he look like? He is tall. He is thin. He has straight hair. He has small eyes. Next, I will give you 10 minutes for practicing the conversation. Get into class, please.
Who is your idol? My idol is Kylie Jenner. What does she look like? She is tall. She has short hair and straight hair. She has big eyes and she has beautiful lips. Who is your idol? My idol is Megan Trainor. What does she look like? She is chubby. She has blue eyes.
The class is over. There will be no homework today.
Yay! Stand up, please.
Thank you, teacher. See you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
So what do you think of this video? So what comments do you have on this video? Did she manage it her classroom well?
Yes, so optimized.
How can she manage it well? What did she do from the very beginning?
She chose a good, very good classroom language.
Yeah. So it's very important to use simple and clear
Yes, simple and
classroom
clear.
language.
Yes,
To use
simple and
simple
clear.
vocabulary, of course, short sentences or phrases your learners can understand. Okay, what else?
They can understand and respond also.
Yes, of course, because if they understand you, of course, if the learners understand your message, they will respond to you directly. Very good. That's it. Okay, what else?
She made her instructions very clear. She used repetition and modeling with their.
Yeah, so repetition and modeling is one important technique to follow with our learners to manage our class. What else?
She respects her students and is friendly.
That's great. And this is rule number one, respect. She respects her learners and her learners respect her in turn. That's right. Okay. What else? So respect, she showed them respect and they respect her, of course. She used simple and clear language. She used very simple vocabulary and short phrases to give comments or instructions. That's also right. What else?
She gives them the opportunity to participate in the activity in their class.
Yeah, that's really great and awesome. She gives them the chance or the opportunity to participate. So she engaged all her learners and she involved all them in the learning process. And this is very important. And this is the target of the classroom management, to involve all your learners, to feel part of the lesson itself, to participate, to share ideas, to work to achieve the degree of the objective. Do you remember? That's right. Okay, what else? What else?
She
praised them every time she praised them.
She praised her learners after every simple action. All the time,
yes.
She's giving
all
them
the time, yes.
Yes, praise, like good job, that's great, very good,
great.
wonderful.
Well done, wonderful.
So this, well done. So this is very important. To use positive words, to use praise, of course, and motivating your learners, encouraging them to share and participate all the time. This is really awesome, Mr. Muhammad. What else?
I think she has established some rules, like raising their hand, say excuse me before they start speaking.
Excellent. And this is rule number 2. She asks her learners to raise your hand when you want to speak and share your ideas. And exactly this is what happened. They always raise your hand before answering or working or sharing their ideas. Okay, what else?
She was well prepared and had a specific aim to deal with.
That's great. If you have noticed, she has a smart objective from the very beginning of the lesson till the end of the lesson. She used her time very well. She managed her time very well. She started her lesson by greeting her students or her learners. After that, she gave the instructions. After that, the learners, of course, respect her and she respects them in turn, and they follow the instructions clearly and easily in a simple way. It went smoothly. We didn't, I think all of us didn't feel that time passed when she finishes her lesson smoothly and easily and spontaneously, of course. Okay, what else? Thanks, Amani. What else?
She raised their interest at the very beginning by asking about their own idol, so and moved from that point to get them to describe their idol at the end.
Great point. I do appreciate it. Do you remember the social language we have talked about? We said that it's very
Personalizing the
important.
language.
Yeah, personalizing and using the social language to ask your learners about their hobbies and raise their interests about what they love